Last updated 07/22, November 10, 2017. Joseph Parker's camp is in discussion with Anthony Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn. Joseph Parker's promoter is prepared to give Anthony Joshua chapter 60% of a deal to unify 3 of the 4 heavyweight belts. Joshua's backer Eddie Hearn is courting WBO champion Parker and WBC champion Deontay Wilder for the rights to fight his IBF and WBA belt holder and would like the next deal done by the end of the month. JUCO Events boss David Higgins has made a move on the bidding table, dropping his cut as negotiations ramp up. JUCO Events boss David Higgins has made an offer for the WBO champion to have a heavyweight unification fight with Britain's Anthony Joshua. "I will make an offer. I will underwrite and promote the fight anywhere in the world to give Joshua chapter 60% profit," Higgins told Sky Sports in the UK as interest in the potential super fights builds there. Read more. Hearn sorting reality and fantasy. Want Joshua next. Joseph Parker Johnston Brown Parker's best bet. Anthony Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn would like details for his fighter's next title defense sorted out by the end of November. The starting point is $5,050. But as a mark of respect, we would accept a bit less. But we will not accept an insult. Why should we? We're in talks, 100%. Joseph wants the fight, but the deal has to be fair and reasonable. If they treat it like a regular voluntary, that devalues it. We're not selling our belt. We're going to take Joshua's belts, and we will be paid for our time. Parker is eager to get Joshua ahead of Wilder, believing the Big Brit is there for the taking. For us, March of April would be suitable depending on if it's indoors or outdoors, Higgins said. "If I was the promoter, I'd look at Wembley or the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. The UK is the centre of heavyweight boxing today." Eddie Hearn is very straightforward. He wants to make big fights happen. Despite the banter, the guy genuinely wants to unify the world titles. We have respect for them. The second date would likely be in July or August, if Joshua still has the majority control of the division. Hearn continued to publicly question Parker's value, though insisted they want the fight. Hearn Sky Sports: the Parker deal is a tough deal to make. Parker isn't a big name and hasn't looked great, but he is a world champion and Anthony wants his belt. If we can get Wilder next, we want Parker. My instructions from Joshua: I want to be the undisputed champion of the world by the end of 2018. That means going through Parker and Wilder in any particular order. Hearn is under pressure to get a deal done relatively quickly. Our goal is to box either in February or March 2018. It's a case of when, where, who, Hearn said. We have a 2 or 3 week window to make the decision. Wilder is in the mix, Parker is in the mix, international fights are in the mix. Hearn flew to New York and met with Wilders on Friday NZT, saying the talks went well. "We're all optimistic. The meeting was positive and now we move forward," he told Sky Sports. "We look at the venues, crunch the numbers and get to the nitty-gritty of negotiations, which will be over the next couple of weeks. I think there's a willingness from both camps to do it next. We also talked about waiting until summer. There are lots of different permutations right now, different venue options as well. Talk of one fight in America and one in the UK. But also the understanding that this is a huge fight and one we must get made in 2018. Parker has worthy alternatives to Joshua in terms of money, so won't be lowballed into a unification fight for the sake of it. Lucrative title defenses in Australia, the United States, China and Russia are all possibilities, giving Higgins the chance to stand his ground with Hearn. Stuff.